Hello everyone and welcome back to Java Forever course. Currently we are learning while loop, and in today's class we will look into the details of the while loop. We will look into the syntax and we'll also solve a problem. We'll write the code for that one. On the screen what you see right now is a flow diagram. A flow diagram is extremely helpful tool to learn to write iterations or loops, while or for, because this way it removes your confusion around what to repeat and what not to repeat. As you can see that in this one here, anything that goes in this part is what we are repeating. Anything else is outside the repetition and outside the repetition. That makes it very easy to understand, write and translate the code into Java. Now, key thing to remember here is in the while loop, the check is done first when you do regular while, and then there is a variation of while which I will show you. But the key is to first check the condition. What happens in the condition if first time itself is false, then this loop will never, this statement will never execute. You will directly go out here. And you can see here in this code, the decision control, the code here is public class main, and in this one I'm declaring a variable here. Let me write it here. I'm declaring a variable I equal to 5, and I'm checking as long as I is greater than 0. Now I is 5, so definitely first time I is greater than 0, so you are gonna execute the code here inside the block. Now you also notice that since there is only one statement inside the while loop, I did not put curly braces. I just wanted to show you. But ideally, I always advise that put a curly braces to create a scope, create a code block that you want to execute when the while condition is true. Very similar to if condition. But if there is only one line of code, then this set of curly braces is optional. You don't have to do that. Now in this case, we are doing just one thing. We are decreasing the value of I by 1, and then at the end we come out and say the end. This statement is not inside the while loop. Now we will look into what we call it iterations. So what we call it a trace table. I am drawing a trace table here. Very useful tool, again very similar to flowchart. It will tell you how the code executes and how the value of different variables changes in every step. And I cannot emphasize more, the flowchart and trace table are extremely valuable tool, especially when you are new to Java, new to programming. Spend time, take pen and paper, draw it and see how your code is performing and whether it is giving you the right result or not. So I want to show you quickly this idea of trace table here. In this case, you can see here that when I is equal to 5, so in the beginning I is equal to 5, and we are going to track the variable here. I have written a notes here, and we'll also track number of iterations, in which iteration we are, and this is the step or the code. So I equal to 5 initializes, I wrote a friendly note, initialize the value of I, and I is 5. And right now we have not entered into iteration. The next line is while I is greater than 0. And currently if I is 5, so is 5 greater than 0? Answer is yes. So it goes inside the code block and it reduces the value by 1. What does it happen when it reduces? I becomes 4. And that's your first iteration. Then goes back and checks the condition. Remember, it has to go and check the condition every time till condition is true. So now I is 4. Is 4 greater than 0? Answer is yes. Goes again and reduces the value by 1. Now I is 3. Similarly, I is 2, 1 and 0. What happens when it becomes 0? It goes and checks, is 0 greater than 0? Answer is no. 0 is not greater than 0. And then it will exit the loop. And my bad here, it will exit the loop and it will print this statement the end, because that statement is not inside the loop. So it prints this, it will print the output here, and we are done. Now, as I wanted to show you the power of trace table. In many code editors, you can also do the debugging, and you can set a value, you can trace a value of a particular variable. But as a new learner, you should always draw a trace table to see how your code is performing in different steps and in different iterations. Hope you enjoyed this. Thank you very much. I'll see you guys again in the next class. Definitely go ahead and do the practice, and we will talk and cover some more concepts in while loop in the next class. Bye-bye.
Thanks for watching. Do subscribe and press the bell icon for more videos.